I was like, five.
Was there more drama that we didn't see in the edit?
Oh, it was going on for like 20 minutes. And so we were literally like, it was fun to watch. It was a good TV.
Hi, I'm Ella Bidet and welcome to Attitude Tea Time. Each week, I'll be bringing you the freshly brewed tea from Drag Race UK Series 5 with the latest eliminee. This week, I'm joined by the Polish princess herself, Alexis St. Pete. Congratulations first. You've done 2 weeks on Drag Race UK Season 5. How does it feel to be the pork chop of Season 5?
I feel like I'm the pierogi of Season 5, not pork chop. And I think, honestly, I didn't really think twice about it. I went to the show, I showed what I wanted to show. I represented what I wanted to represent. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for more. I was so very grateful to be there anyway. So this is just the beginning.
So you might have been the first one out, but you revealed a lot about yourself while you were there. And by revealing yourself, I mean, you showed a lot of skin, girl.
Did I?
Yes. So let's think. Your breasts were popping out here, there and everywhere on the Tickety-Boo runway in front of the international queens. What was going through your mind as they were popping out?
I wasn't thinking to because I was so stressed by, seeing Ellen in front of me. And Ru and Michelle and everybody else that was watching. I was like, let's go, let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Because the worst thing I could do, take them off and throw them on the side?
Exactly. The worst thing you could have done would do the Shanays off of the stage, but you managed to just stay on the stage with your turns. So well done, girl. It sounded to me from seeing the confessionals, Jimbo was a big fan of you.
Oh, wow. Alexis St. Pete, more like Alexis St. T. Those are some knockers, mama.
So have you heard from Jimbo?
Me and Jimbo are really good friends. I was able to be a support act on their tour twice. So we kept in touch with each other. Like, he's a massive support of me and he's always there for me. And I'm glad to be able to call him, that's such a thing. Being able to call Jimbo, it's just, I'm so grateful. I'm joking.
No, Jimbo is such a lovely person. I managed to go on tour with him as well, and I've got to say, one of the loveliest people I've ever met. Right, so your 3 looks in episode 1 were bordering on fetish wear. They were very sexy. And in the last episode, we saw your triangle of sadness or happiness, depending how you're feeling. Did you have any more less revealing outfits for the rest of the season?
Yes. So I think I came into the show with a variety of different looks. I wanted to make sure that I obviously present myself as what Alexis is, which is, that dominatrixy character, a very, strong and very confident. And so that's what I wanted my first impression to be. And I was planning all the looks to be color coordinated. So if you were watching like Paris Fashion Week, for example, you definitely see these 3 looks in the same show. I
can see that as well. I think all of your 3 looks in the first episode were beautiful. Your entrance look was one of my favorite. I saw you posted a video last night about the scarf, the latex scarf. And I thought the detail in that, it's just such a shame we couldn't get to see that.
Yeah, and also there was so much more. Like in my basket, I had like I made little custom pants, for example, that said Alexis Naughty Pickles or like Alexis Fluffy Cake. So I had like some like little cute details in there that wasn't shown. But that's why we've got Instagram nowadays,
Exactly, that's the great thing. So let's talk about the last episode, the design challenge, the dreaded design challenge for some. Do you sew at all?
And I do try.
Yeah, okay.
So when I have no money and when I need to put a look together, I would put 2 fabrics into one.
I love it. So you decided not to go with your first concept design. Do you kind of wish you'd done it now and not gone with the long dress?
Absolutely no. I think they told me to stop being, dominatrixy, very like serious and like sexy. So I wanted to camp it up a little bit, come up with a story, have totally different makeup, totally different hair color, and just, sell it. Was it the most amazing dress No, it wasn't. Was it the worst? Definitely wasn't. So I would have not done anything different because then Johnny the Fish wouldn't be an actual obsession on the internet.
Johnny the Fish. Rest in peace, Johnny. Right, now I caught there that you said that your look definitely wasn't the worst. So who do you think should have been in the bottom two instead of you?
I think definitely Naomi, and I would say Tamara's look. But the thing with it is like she had not the most amazing look, but she sold it on the stage.
Yeah.
And that's what they were looking at. The presentation of the look, the whole attitude, the confidence, and that's what she had.
Yeah.
So honestly, yeah.
There was a lot of stuff stuck to corsets in this episode, which usually is a no-no.
Which I helped her with.
Ha!
Can you see the little things, the little fans on the side? Basically, she had only feathers first, and she was like, "Oh, I made these. I don't know what to do with these." So at one point where you see I was doing something on the table, you could see me in a mirror with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, how about you put this here, just here?" And she was obsessed, and then that's when she did it.
Oh, Alexis, what are you doing helping other girls?
And because I was so confident with my look, everybody was, "Oh my God, your dress is amazing." People were playing with me.
They were trying to mess with you. Right, so in the lip sync, we saw your shoe getting caught in the dress, and I think it fell off, right? Do you think you would have won if you had a different dress on?
I think I would have won if I had different shoes on, because my shoes were spiky. They had spikes all over them, and because I was wearing a net, it got caught in them. Stupid, right? Like, why would
Stupid cow. What are you doing wearing spiky shoes with a mesh dress on? Oh well, do you know what? I think you styled out the shoe, getting back the shoe on. I think you did very well. Right, so Dee Delicious was bringing all the drama rama in episode 1.
Who do you think's gonna be your other? I think Alexis.
I'm that close to crying.
But just because based on presentation and performance, we slipped the most.
How did her comments really make you feel? Because as an audience member, I feel like we could see a shift in your kind of your gameplay and like, you know, the way you were feeling. It felt like it kind of kicked you in the balls a bit.
It did, but it was mostly I've created all the more of the drama in my head because I shouldn't have doubted myself on that day. I was so proud of every single look I brought, of my story, of everything. So obviously everybody has their own opinions, and I'm like, I shouldn't be really telling people what their opinions should be, right?
I just wanted to come and hug you. I wanted to reach through the screen and be like, it's okay, because I know how intense it is. But yes, it's an intense experience, isn't it? And if you feel like someone's coming for you and you're like, I don't know why you're doing this, I can imagine you felt a bit like, oh, okay, a bit sort of taken aback.
It was mostly like them. It was mostly them as well, because obviously she was expecting certain thing to happen, and she had expectations within her basement, and she was coming from the house of Versace, and like obviously failing was the last option for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she reacted on shares. And she's young, so she, you know, I'm not surprised, but it's what she did.
And at the beginning of the episode 2, we saw that you kind of proved everyone wrong. So like, Dee Dee had doubted you. And what I loved was Ginger sort of sticking up for you. Was Ginger a real kind of help with you feeling down?
Ginger and Kate were the only ones that were behind me, and they were like, no girl, you did amazing. Like, you should have not doubted yourself.
Yeah, I thought that was very nice, and it absolutely, you could feel that love in the room for you. Right, the latest episode, we saw flatmates Tamara and Cara arguing.
How can you not understand that it was not okay for you to do that? Why is it so hard to get through your thick skull that I didn't like that?
What was that to be like in the workroom? What was the environment like?
Amazing. I was watching it with my popcorn in my hand. I was like, fight it.
Was there more drama that we didn't see in the edit?
Oh my, it was going on for like 20 minutes. Or it was going on for like 20 minutes. And And so we were literally like, it was fun to watch. It was a good TV, you know.
Yeah, because it felt like I felt like I was in an immersive experience in their flat with them having an argument.
Yeah, well, it was really, and both of them are strongly opinionated.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so obviously they, crash under the pressure.
You're the first Polish queen to be on Drag Race UK. What is it like for the LGBTQ plus community in Poland?
Honestly, it's incredible. I think for Polish people to have a representation abroad and for me to be, queer and represent my country is a massive movement. Honestly, I feel like people are so happy for me here. And I've never seen people coming together so hardly. Like I receive, when I say I'm not joking, I'm receiving hundreds of messages a day from Polish people being like, "Thank you for representing us. Thank you for giving us the voice." And honestly, this is what I wanted. And so I'm honestly overwhelmed, and hopefully I'll be able to do more with that.
Totally. I think you being there is going to inspire so many queer people in Poland or who've left Poland already to do exactly what you're doing, and that's embracing yourself and doing what the F you want, because that's what Pride is, and that's what being you is. Like, be yourself. Is there much of a drag scene in Poland at all?
I'm actually performing in a club tonight. It's growing, baby. It's growing. Last 2 years ago when I was here, it wasn't as big. But when I came at the beginning of this year, I was like, "Hey, everywhere."
So are you ready to be the main host of Poland's Drag Race? That's what's next for you, surely.
Of course. I mean, I would love to, of course, but I feel like I still have a long journey of myself. I still have a long, I still want to grow as an artist before I give anybody any advices, and before I judge anybody. I just want to make sure that I'm in a good place.
Well, I can see you've blown up already. I think when you watch yourself on television as well, you realize so many things that you can change or that you love. So you're just going to blossom and grow and take over the world. I love it. You mentioned your mum a lot in the last episode, and the fact you went from a ballet career or wanting to be a ballerina to doing drag. So how does your mum feel about you doing drag?
She was like, "As long as you're pretty, that's fine."
Well, at least you're that. At least you're pretty.
I'm like, listen, that's because every time I do something a little bit crazier with different hair colors, she's like, "Was this really necessary?" I'm like, "Mom, so I'm just not gonna argue. She's an older lady. I just want to make sure that she's in peace, and she just doesn't have any drama." So yeah, no, she loves it. She loves it. Every time I post a sexy picture, she was like, "But you could have stick that ass a little bit more. You could have arched that back."
Oh, I love that. Oh, she's really embracing it, and she's like, "Arch it back more, baby." Last thing we're gonna do is a quick fire round. So I'm gonna say a word, and you have to just say the first thing that comes to your head. Are you ready?
Gonna get in trouble.
Okay, here we go. RuPaul.
Professional.
D-Delicious.
Delusional.
Johnny the Fish.
Worst pet ever.
Caramel.
Confident.
Club Tickety Boo.
Club Tickety. Oh.
Emphasis on boo. Sewing challenges.
A choice.
Edward Enninful.
Icon.
And now you know who it is. Yasmin Finney.
I was like,
Yasmin
I have no idea. I was literally like, who's Edward? And after I was like, all this.
I had moments like that as well. Honestly, you just have to go, "Oh my god!" So well done.
I was like, wow.
Great acting. The acting career is about to come for you, I can tell. All right, a couple more. Yasmin Finney.
Legend.
Danny Beard.
Sexy AF.
Ella Day.
Sexy.
Oh, and on that note, it's time to say farewell to Alexis. Thank you so much for joining us here on Tea Time. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Break a lash with the rest of your career, because you're going to be incredible.
Thank you, baby. Thank you for the support and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching Attitude Tea Time. Join us next week for more scalding hot tea from Drag Race UK. Bye!